How many triangles have you been in this house? I've been in 2. And it's like I'm entering a 3rd one.
You know, I told you that I explained to Bart about that.
Yeah.
So that was like Saturday. I now told him, I was like, I feel like kissing you. Relax, there's nothing. He now said, why? I'm like, nothing, I just feel like, do I have to have a reason? He was like, yes, I have to have a reason. Toby's guy is in love with me. How do you think he felt about her?
I don't know if Bright likes her doing like that.
I don't understand why you would ask me if I'm going to be on your bed tonight and then you're asking somebody else.
I didn't ask anyone. I asked you to be on my bed so that you'll be on my bed.
Let's go. Good night.
Tricky T, for some reason, you're always a witness.
Oh my
Explain what's going on to me, please.
Okay, so the star actor in this movie is Bright O. So there was Dora and there was Watoni.
Okay.
Now I knew that Dora liked Bright O. I knew Watoni liked Bright O, and I knew that Bright O was just there in between, right? But the thing is, I didn't even know it got to the point where she went to actually kiss him. I just knew that she was fond of him, she liked him, type vibe. I knew Watoni, even if Bright just coughed, she would laugh. Yeah, so I knew that Watoni was really.
That's true, eh? Okay.
It's true now. It's true.
Very true. Anything.
So this one was not cruise.
This one was not Chris, this was real.
Okay.
This one was real. So I knew that Watoni was really into Bright. Then I know that Dorothy liked her. I didn't know that it got to the point where she actually wanted to. I didn't even that day. I didn't know.
When did you realize that she liked Bright?
Oh, I know.
Oh, you always knew.
We're in the same room, and then she says things randomly. Like we're talking about something, Bright will just come up and like, how does one take concern Bright? Or we're talking about outfits. I'm like, this outfit looks nice on prison. Like, have you seen Bright's outfit? I'm like, okay. And then we'll be on the dance, we'll be dancing, like, and I'll be like pushing Dorothy up and down, I'll turn, and if I just say Dorothy Bright, I'm like, what is happening? So that's how I knew that, okay, they both.
So you are aware
Bright.
of both of them?
I was aware of both of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. But the thing is, like I said, the star actor, I don't know how Brighto felt about them because I think Brighto was more in control of the situation.
Okay.
Like, it was one that was, should I say, detecting the terms. Like, okay, this night on my bed, you know, tomorrow night on my bed type situation. That's what Bright was. But I knew that the Brighto and Watoni ship was like Titanic. I saw the iceberg. I know it was going to sink. I saw
Also.
it. Because I know Watoni was really into Bright. I knew I could say that Bright wasn't really into Watoni. At one point.
Why? Do you think he was more into Dorothy or he was just not into any of them?
I think he was not into any of them.
Okay.
That's what I would say. I think they were more into him.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think Watoni did more. Like, she was always, I think, like,
Bright
Auntie, sit down, yeah. But you know, she would be like, Bright out, and I'll just go, and she was like, so I know that.
Did you want me to do that to you? Because you keep saying it.
Can I finish? I'm sorry.
They're trying to welcome you to the episode.
Yeah, so that's I knew whatever anybody was gonna have with Bright O was just doomed to sink. I saw Bright O was this very guy. Yeah, I really couldn't like predict Bright O.
Okay,
I couldn't predict him. Yeah.
Watoni was your guy.
Yeah, she's my
Did
guy.
you tell her that?
I didn't tell her.
Why?
Because I didn't want to make it seem like maybe I have interest in her.
But you did.
You understand?
Okay.
No,
We'll get to that.
I said it from show beginning. It's not even I said in my chest. I said from show beginning that for no relationship, I'll have pursued you. I said it. I said I'll pursue you. It's not that you're hiding something. So I want to look like, okay, maybe you have ulterior motives or you're feeling some type of way with she and Bright. And Watoni in the house, even when I advised her, she wasn't listening. I knew that she's stronger and stubborn. So I'm like, let me just leave you to learn from experience.
Okay.
That's why I didn't tell her.
Because you had a few things to chip in.
Yeah, because I witnessed.
Okay, what did you witness?
I witnessed when she would hide the stuff, and I was always going to their room, and mostly I was always going to Bright's bed to just view things. And then, yeah, it was fun.
What were you viewing?
Their thing, because she was
That's
always
Watoni.
laughing.
Always.
Bright would say anything, and Watoni would laugh.
He's entertained you guys, huh?
Yeah, it was fun. It was
So did
fun
you
to watch.
notice when Dorothy came into the picture?
Okay, I and Dorothy actually had a conversation about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the conversation about?
And she just told me about it, and well, she told me what she kind of was going to do.
Which was?
She was just going to. I mean, if it's going to happen, it should happen. I mean, for her, she's Dora. Like from what she told me and from what I could see is, if it will happen, it will happen. But she wasn't going to force it.
Force it on.
Yeah.
Kid, you were Brighto's guy. What was going through his head? Because I'm sure you also noticed what was going on with the triangle. What were you seeing and what were you guys talking about?
So, Bothoni loved Bright, right? I knew he didn't really like her back like that. I think one time...
You knew all the while?
Yeah, I kind of knew. I mean, it's my guy right here, man. So I see similarities between me and him, you understand? So I watch my kids do all the stuff with whoever. It's fun to watch. But anyway, so the Oracle game, when I think someone dared him to kiss Bothoni, right?
Okay.
I don't think he wanted to do it. I think she wanted to do it. He didn't want to do it. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Right, so
Vividly.
I kind of knew anyway that he wasn't really feeling her. As a friend, yeah, they're great. But Bryce being Bright, Bryce is there minding his business, doing this thing, being the calm, collective person he is, strategizing. That's just who he is. So I kind of knew he didn't like neither.
Where did you notice Dorothy come into the picture?
I swear didn't. I didn't see it coming.
So, Watoni, everybody has sort of confirmed, that's why I didn't want to come to you first, because you've talked about cruise a lot, that this definitely was not cruise, or at least it didn't look like it. What was it for you?
First, I'm surprised Prince and I had a lot of conversations about different people. And then Bright, there was one Saturday night, he kissed my neck.
Chai.
And was it you I was telling about it? So it wasn't like I was pushing myself to him, as opposed to what you said. I was always pushing myself to him. I don't know who you had that conversation with, maybe Lekon or Shikiti. I wasn't pushing myself. I can't do that. I'm too big for that. So Bright kissed my neck, and there were times he kept.
I said
let me
you were
finish.
pushing yourself at him,
Let
or
me
the
finish.
person told me that you were pushing.
Let me finish.
Okay,
Then
just checking.
Bright kissed my neck. Then there were times he would have, just from the onset, we actually had different conversations. And deep down, I wish we continued having those conversations. And I kind of wish he was my go-to person, aside Strikity. So that kiss on the neck, to me, was like, okay, this is your go-to person as at that time. So everybody was close to somebody. And that was a cue for me to be close to Bright. So yes, I agree. I got attached to him. Any little thing, I would laugh. And that's what I needed at that time in the house. And I even told Trikiti without him telling me or letting me know that this guy doesn't feel the same way for you. I told Trikiti, if he doesn't feel the same way for me, I don't care. I'm in the house to be happy. And he did that for me. So to me, I felt like I was using him to be happy. And that was enough for me. Yes.
So were you using him or did you like him? That's what I want to know.
It was both. It was,
Okay.
at first, it was actually both. I don't know I don't know, I won't say I balance it or whatever. But I actually used him because everybody had a go-to person. So now, Bright told Dorothy to stay on his bed. Came to tell me to stay on his bed. And I remember Dorothy we're passing by and Prince is like, hey, so my friend is leaving. And I think that night, Dorothy didn't even stay on Bright's bed. Now, Dorothy, and I appreciate what you did that night, came to call me that let's decide. And I'm like, okay, we had an amazing conversation. And I still feel it was an amazing conversation. And Dorothy's like, we conclude, no need to go into details, we conclude, stay on his bed. And that's what happened that night. Now, what is now annoying me about this whole situation, and that's why I apologize for calling you fake, was that night something actually happened between both of them.
What is that?
Someone gave someone a And in all sincerity, I found Dorothy an amazing person, and I still do. I like what you did. That was bold. You even told me things like, oh, I would like to... You were just straight with me about the whole Bright situation. And what I now found funny was her saying they barely spoke. and then Bright saying something else. I remember that the next morning I changed the sheets because it was stained. So now the issue now was this person saying this person saying that. Now the thing I did wrong was me saying she was fake, because this person is saying one thing, this other person is saying another thing. So I decided to believe Bright. So now, till now, I don't even know, because I've not heard from her what really happened that night. I don't know if they had sex. I don't know if they went to the toilet. I don't know if somebody asked someone they should go ahead and do something in another place in the house. I don't know. But all I know is, I know what Bright said. And I saw evidence. Something actually happened on the bed. Okay. I had to change the sheets.
How did you get into this mix, first of all? And the moment she's talking about, we also need to address that. But how did you get into this?
I think it was at the time where I wanted to remove myself from the whole
Nengi and
Ozo situation, and I had just removed myself.
Okay.
And, you know, Prince had the thing going with T-Badge, I think. So there was just, you know, me. Aww. And then there was, you know, Bright. There was Bright. And I think it started with filing nails, paint my toes. I don't know, it was...
Who was painting whose toes?
I was painting someone's toes. And he came and he was like, oh, paint my toes too.
Was I head of house like that? I don't remember any of this.
And you know, he started with a painting toe spin. What? And we started, please guys, and we started playing games, and I got comfortable with him.
Okay.
And
were you laughing like Watoni as well?
Was that what?
Were you laughing like Watoni at his jokes?
Oh no, I get coconut head, so nah. And oh well, and then times where Prince would ask me what's going on, I'm like, I'm just there, literally, because that's actually me. I'm actually just there. And about what she said, wow, you had to change the sheets. What did it look like?
You did. You finished one.
Okay, just saying.
So I answered the house. I'm like, continue.
I mean, no, that wasn't going to happen, obviously. I mean, that happened.
What happened?
Okay.
I like that she admitted it. Yes, that happened. What she said happened.
Okay.
I gave him a and
I'm sorry, I have to shout.
And I mean,
I'm sorry.
I did mention to my friend at that time. And after, I think something happened.
Okay, you told him about it.
Yeah,
okay.
I did. And something happened because the next morning, and that's why I felt like he was a. And the next morning, I left his bed, and the next morning, he didn't even check up on me. I'm like, I sucked your.
I like this energy.
So what are you on about? And I'm like, okay, this guy is not. He's not even what he says he is. And I'm like, oh, Watoni, when I told you we barely spoke, we actually barely spoke. Because when I laid on his bed, and I think I slept off before he even came back. And when he came back, that happened. I stood up from his bed and I went to my bed because I wasn't comfortable. Because I didn't feel like in place. And I went to my bed. And the next morning, after him being Bright, he literally walked past me.
Baelish.
And I'm like, I am mad as well. So I'm not going to have it. And I'm like, that's why I told you. Because we barely even said anything to each other, to be honest. And I wasn't even lying about that. And after then, I moved on. And then I went ahead, I told Prince that I'm not even sure, after that happened, I'm not even sure that I'm feeling this guy like that. I think it's just infatuation. I think it's just a thing of the moment. And then, after I had that conversation, it ended there. And he's here. From that day till now, I ain't never seen you before.
When you came out, though, because on the finale, you also mentioned his name on stage.
Oh,
Ew.
that was me avoiding the Prince Ptolemy Nengi situation. To be honest, that was me not trying to, and I told him about it. That was me not trying to put myself in that situation because they have been out, like they were out before me.
Yeah.
Because in my head, when I stepped down from that stage, I'm like, oh. They fixed their issues.
Yeah.
They're back together. So I looked at him. I'm like,
you were going to
because
call
even during the final week, I remember that they all kept asking me, so tell us, who do you like, who do you like,
So was
who
it
do you
Prince
like?
you were going to call?
Yeah, you did.
I was, exactly, and I think Nengi was like, it's Prince, I know it's Prince.
I was really surprised. Yeah, you saying Brighto.
I had to say that just to not be,
So what I'm saying, was
the
it
one.
Prince you were going to say?
Of course, it was Prince I was going to say.
So Brighto was like the decoy. So you used him as well.
I don't want to be a bad person. I don't with you, but I don't want to be a bad person. I feel like you were very cold in the house. Maybe if you weren't the kind of person you were, maybe I would have relaxed you and tried to make an advance. But you were so cold. I felt like you were a vampire, to be honest. And I'm not trying to talk you down. I felt like you were so cold. And because I can be cold as well, you were deep. You were so deep. And coming out of the house and hearing that you were telling people to apply pressure. And it was almost like you were very corny, because you will literally sit at the dining and I will not even see you having that kind of conversation with people. And I felt bad for you, to be honest.
Did you feel bad about how you were treated?
Oh, no, I didn't, because I literally X'd from the group chat.
Yeah.
I excused myself. I didn't
You
feel...
want to say something before we get to Brighto?
And that's it for me. So, what really hurts me and what made me call her fake was because it looked like she said one thing, Bright says another thing. That's one.
And you can
that's
imagine
aside.
the kind of
But you said
situation
that
I
before.
was in as well.
You've mentioned that before.
Yeah. So now what to me off was you having a conversation with Lekon and you guys going on and on about me being so pushy about the situation.
Who first? Who brought it
Let
up?
me finish. When I can't remember. I think it's Lekon.
Okay, I'm just checking, because I remember
and Lekon,
vividly.
Loki, you kind of went on and on. I don't know if you were so interested about how I was laughing about
Because
Bright.
in as much as I knew that you guys had this friendship where you would
Let me
always
just quickly
laugh.
finish and that's it.
Okay, cool.
So now, what now really hurts me? So I wasn't the one that Lekon should have said those things about Lekon. I was actually hurt.
First, I did this BJ thing. Yes, new information.
It's new, man.
So I asked her, and she said we barely spoke, and she
Because
left
we
the
barely
bed.
spoke!
Exactly, because we spoke about that. She went to his bed, but she barely spoke, and she came back to her bed. But honestly, he says no. You laugh. He says yes. You laugh. He said and he was always cold. I saw the way he was always acting when
You don't want me to laugh at
Even if it talks
No, I mean, that was just that was the vibe I got. So I'm actually sorry that you thought I should have put into consideration that she said BJ, toilet.
Wait, this one.
I didn't know about that. I'm surprised that. But,
You wanted to say something, Katrina? Okay,
Well, tell me.
A lot to
I'm actually
say.
sorry though.
So I stayed in the house for just 2 weeks and I watched my fabs outside the house. I never saw Dorothy and Prince being an item ever in my life. Yeah, they had this connection of their attitude and their character and their fun, whatever stuff they do. But I never saw them as an item. And up till this moment, I still, wait. Then at the finale, Brighto happened.
So up to the finale, you didn't even know there was a Brighto situation.
No.
With her?
No, I never did. Then I was just there looking at my girl and they were like, if you had to choose a man, would you choose? And she said, Brighto. Oh, I was like, what's going on here? And this whole whatever now that what Tony just said, I am so shook. I've kept you, my girl. You are the best.
Like, I'm proud.
I'm proud of you.
Jonathan!
I'm all of that. Yeah.
Lucy, tell us how proud you are, because
Oh, I'm very shocked.
first of all,
Don't get me wrong,
let me
very
finish.
shocked.
Because first of all, I mean, like I said, there was sort of a friendship here. First of all, were you surprised by this happening? Were you surprised by the triangle? And what did you know about it?
Zero clue. All I knew was what she told me there. I didn't know that happened until it was mentioned earlier. I was actually quite sure. I thought it was maybe just banks, and then she confirmed it. So, but I mean, I know, but what she owned it. I mean, I'm anybody that does something and they can own up to it. I can say in front of the person, you get my vote.
Respect.
Was I supposed to lie?
No, some people would have.
No, she came and I remember the first, before the break, she came at me with it and I'm like,
might as well own it.
ain't that, no, I wasn't going to deny it anyways.
Okay.
So I wasn't like, I knew, funny enough, with the way you've been tweeting, because you even mentioned, was it you that mentioned Twitter fingers? I knew you were going to come to Twitter fingers.
I'm not about the subs. I asked.
Don't say that, my dear.
I'm not.
You are.
I'm not.
You are.
Bring it.
Haven't you said, let's wait for reunion? This was what you wanted to bring to the reunion.
No. Are you the only one I'm attacking?
Okay, I'm saying, okay, it's one of the things. So I mean, I wasn't going to deny. It's not even that deep. I did it. It happened in the house. It stayed in the house.
Please, the main actor. I'm waiting for him to speak. The lead character.
Right.
Yay.
So the thing is,
You too. You can. Ah.
before we go there, I just want to make an appeal. It's for Brighton to speak up. Please. Because this murmuring that we used to murmur every
I
time.
can tell you.
What?
Explain, because so much needs to be explained to us.
Coming into the house, I had no intention of going into any relationship. That's just it. Because when we walked into the house, they were actually bonded, girls and guys. That's not my thing. And so, I think Tolani Badge asked me, I told her, I have no interest in any girl in this house. And that's the truth. So when I saw Wathoni coming, I don't have to chase her, I don't have to be rude to her. I need to talk to her. Do you understand? We gist and we talk about a whole lot of
So was she
things.
the first to come to you?
No, she wasn't the first. I wasn't trying to use anybody. And also, let me make something clear. I'm not a bad. I have a dad, though he's late, but I'm not.
I apologize.
And
Sorry.
I can't insult anyone on live television or use any derogatory term on anyone, as a matter of fact. So, Wathoni, Dorothy, I was in the middle of the whole thing, but I tried as much as possible to strike a balance. So I don't have to hurt either Wathoni or Dorothy. In the house, they were asking me, okay, what do you think? Where is this thing going to? Do you understand? I was like, just calm down. Yeah, just calm down, be calming down. I saw it, I saw it online.
Lord, baby.
Do you understand? Yeah, of course. So I don't need to be pushy or start giving you attitude, saying what has been going on. It doesn't make sense.
So did you like Wathoni?
Of course I like Wathoni.
Did you like her enough to... So she says she used you, but did you do enough to say... Because I hear you say, oh, you were trying to be nice, not to offend anyone. But that's also leading them on. Were you leading her on purpose?
No, not on purpose. It was actually clear, even a blind man.
What was clear? That you didn't like her?
That I wasn't... I don't have plans of having any relationship or going that deep.
So did you ever tell her that?
She asked me the first time, the second time.
And what did you say?
The third time.
What did I ask you?
That should say what's in my mind. Where is all this going to? That was what you asked me. No, that's what you asked me. Of course, it's obvious now. I didn't give her a definite answer. Do you understand? Because I don't want to say anything that would actually hurt her or hurt anybody. Do you understand? It might not be what's it called? Wathoni. It might be someone else, and I will still react the same way. Do you understand? Because I don't have any intention of going to a relationship, and that's just it.
Did you like Dorothy?
Of course, I like Dorothy. Okay. I like her, but not in that way.
You don't even act like anything happened. I mean, some people might relate to that from secondary school, university. You know, maybe people don't say you at this day. You know, why did you do that to her? Because it's one thing to say I didn't like her enough for a relationship, but you said I like Dorothy. So if you like someone, did you feel like what you were doing was right?
No,
because that's a very intimate situation.
Okay, no, the thing is.
Not really, though.
Waking up.
So not really. That was kind of an intimate situation.
I was tipsy, so not really.
Okay.
Waking up in the morning.
Okay.
What do you expect me to do? Go to her and say good morning? Have a good night?
Go and thank her for sucking your.
Thank you. Well done.
See, the thing is,
do you know
good
morning is not too hard.
Hold on. Okay. Do you know how it is for me to actually do that? Several occasions, do you understand? They wanted to cajole me to kiss someone in the house. It's very personal to me. I don't just
You could say no.
Of course, I always say no. I take a drink. So for me to even allow that, it's something very big for me. So she was actually, I don't know, probably she was feeling bad. Yeah? What about me?
So did you ignore her on purpose?
About me, I don't get it. I don't.
Because I'm trying to understand why. What? My question is about you not talking to her in the morning. Was that on purpose?
That's it. Okay, she said,
Let him make his point.
She said when I saw her, I passed.
Yes.
Why didn't I say hello or say something about her? The question is, what did she want me to say to her?
Well, I mean, you guys, like I said, there was big fool.
No, what did she want me to say to her?
Good morning.
Don't play that game. We don't want to get dirty, Bright.
Come on.
Bright, don't play that game with me.
I'm not playing any game.
Don't sit down there and sound like an absolute Don't play that game with me.
You can call me whatever name. I'm not going to
Don't
insult
play that game with me.
I
But
respect
because
you
you sound, I respect you too.
You can call me whatever name you want to call me.
I respect you too. No. I'm not. You're me off.
Okay.
I don't play that game with me. Don't tell me what did I expect you to say to me. Kotzi, good morning. How was your night?
Try. How was your night?
Yes. How was your night? Oh, I remember what happened last night. Oh, it was nice. It wasn't nice.
Okay, maybe that's not my kind of person. To wake up every morning and go to you and say good morning. Because in my head, there's nothing going on.
So, okay, Brian, so I get you. But come on, you have to look at it and understand where she's coming from. I understand what you're trying to say. This is not a, we played Ayo last night. This is not a, we drank beer outside. This was literally a moment.
And after that even happened.
I'm not saying you must talk about what happened. I'm not saying you have to say, what did you do last night? But ignoring her completely, you don't see anything wrong with that?
I didn't ignore her. We actually talked.
Did he ignore you completely?
Come on, you can't say I ignored you.
Yeah, maybe we talked when you tried to come at me again. Maybe then. Or maybe you want more. You wanted more.
So you don't think there was anything wrong in what you did?
Okay, if she's actually, if she feels bad about what I did.
She doesn't feel bad. She's just stating what happened.
Okay.
It's in the past. It remains there. Let's get it right.
It has to remain in the past.
Exactly. So stop calling me, by the way.
So why have you been calling her? She said, don't call me.
Ask her when did I call her? Can you please answer that question? When did I call you?
A few days ago.
That was yesterday.
You called me before then.
That was yesterday. For the past how many years? That was yesterday.
So why did you call me?
That's a good question you would have asked me. Not like I have been disturbing you with calls. Come on, I don't do that.
Hello, where are you? Okay, are you alone?
That was what I called you yesterday. But you don't know why I called
up.
you. You don't know why I called you.
At 2 a.m. Why did you call me at 2 a.m.?
Okay.
Well, I don't have to argue with you.
Don't sit down there and sound like a champion.
I don't have to argue with you.
You were
think
cold.
whatever you want to think.
Yes.
So I just want to get something clear before I move on to somebody else. Yesterday, he called you yesterday at 2 a.m.
2 a.m.
No, seriously, Dorothy. Did he call you yesterday at 2 a.m. at the hotel?
The hotel. Wanted to get some more early mom.
So are you going to take any responsibility for this, is what I want to know.
No.
You don't think you did anything wrong at all?
Wow.
And I don't take it back. It's still.
So she's right that you're cold-hearted.
Exactly.
I didn't do anything wrong.
You didn't do anything wrong, but you were telling people apply pressure.
It was
in the
obvious.
house, pushing
I wasn't interested in any
You even
relationship
lied
in
to
the house.
Ebuka.
He has a history of that.
Pretender.
Lie about what?
When you called me,
Come on, come off that, come on. You're
the
bigger
one
than
who
that,
is.
come on.
No, you're taking the. Because I even turned to you and I told you I respect you, but you're taking the. You're taking the. Yes, I'll come at you.
In that house, I wasn't interested in any relationship. It was obvious.
Interested in you, please. We're just playing away
I didn't
time.
go after them. It was obvious. I was on my own. How was that my problem?
Okay, so let me wrap this up. You used him.
Yes, I did.
Dorothy, you used him.
I didn't say that before, but I changed my mind. I used you.
You used him. You don't feel bad.
Nobody.
End of story. Do you want to let me
If you
conclude
feel
the
you
deal?
Established that it's
You're using yourself. You're using yourself. They are just. I don't know why.
That what?
Yes,
Who are
they're
you,
just
Bright? That
feel-
what? Bright. Oh.
You guys are just.
It's your audacity for me. With your red suit, you're mad.
It's simple.
Can
You
you
guys are
afford
just.
So here's what I want to know.
No, I can't afford your bills.
In fact, wait. You need to take this for your tears because you're crying. Please give him one for me.
Sit down there.
Take another one. You.
I know where your pains are coming from.
So let's conclude with Neo. Neo, help me conclude the story because I don't even want to.
I just feel like saying, man, if you run, I'm supposed to own up, sure. So that's the truth about that.
Ricky, did you notice anything?
I knew the praise Katrina Lucy dynamic. It was Katrina at first before she left, because I know then when we just came in the house, she'd be like, please come and give me a massage. Please come and give me, I need to give me a massage. You know, so I know that
this was going on.
Yes. So when she now left, and in my head, I thought it was Lucy and Prince. Sorry, that's what I saw at that first time. Even when she told him as head on, I'm like, I'm not surprised. Like it's something that I know, you know. But then I noticed that she and him were now getting really close, even to the point where we're doing our poem task, where he was actually even literally running away from catching up, because I was like, this handwriting is too long. Because he trying to convince us that we should make sure that Lucy, that this note is too long. We should please disapprove it and make sure that it's brief as possible. So I knew that this happened.
Okay, Dorothy, there was an incident. I mean, I'm talking to you because in the spirit of speaking your mind, that they both addressed as aggressive cuddling. What did they call it at the time?
The inventor, right here.
Yeah, both of them.
Okay.
You were very good friends with Katharina.
Yeah.
Before she left. Did this conversation ever come up, and did you know about the aggressive cuddling night?
Oh no, I didn't know about the aggressive cuddling. I just know that they always share like bed.
Just because they want to sleep on the same bed, not
Well, I knew there was, I don't know if she liked him, but I knew that they talked a lot. There was the massage part, and there was playing, oh no, Praise stop. Oh, I have a fiancé, no, Praise come. There was all of that. But I didn't know about the aggressive cuddling. Tell me about that now. And own it to your chest if you like it.
Yep. Thank you very much. Okay, so going into the house, I told everyone I was separated from my husband. And then I liked Praise a lot. I went to that.
Did you know she liked him?
Let's get to that, please.
So just when you liked, when you got him,
not
you
at
had
all.
no idea.
Not at
okay.
all. So getting to the diary room, Biggie asked me. I was like, oh my, I'm so fond of Praise, Prince, Lucy, because we had a misunderstanding, and then we became best of friends, and then Dorothy. I knew, of course, I was just so fond of them in the house, and then I and Praise became very close. He gives me a massage. We talk about things. I didn't have any. I was like, we had a conversation. I was like, I'm drawn to you because I feel we are in the same cycle. I'm separated from my husband. You have a fiancé. We barely have we don't want much from ourselves or something if we want to do something. And then he had a conversation. Dorothy and Lucy told me something. They had a conversation. I can't remember. And they were like, he says he's in the house just for the game, and that he knows that I like him, but he can never, ever have anything to do with Katharina. And nobody does that to me. You don't speak low of me. Remember what happened? I pulled you to my bed, and I made sure it didn't happen in his bed. I pulled him to my bed and and you know what happened? He didn't last 5 seconds. I left him in my bed and I went over to the sitting room to chill.
Yeah. I beg.
Yeah.
Is it the same house we went to?
All the bragging. After all the rubbish and all the bragging, you didn't last 5 seconds.
I swear. What?
Man of the shame.
Revelations.
Can I continue, please? He felt that later, outside the house.
You say he didn't last what?
5 seconds.
Okay, at least more than 2 seconds.
Of course, people that watched saw everything, the aggressive cuddling stuff. And then outside the house, he felt he didn't perform well in the house, that he wanted to come prove himself to me in my room. Remember the other stuff? That also was in the room, and he came and he waited, he also left. I still didn't even last up to 1 second. So yeah.
I don't believe it.
And after that, excuse me, one house, please. After that, he kept calling, video calling me on WhatsApp, trying to do whatever, came visiting in my house and everything. But Katrina, I don't date men like you.
Can I just say?
And then he started hating. Yeah, he started hating.
Hold on.
Can I just say I'm very proud of the girls?
Yeah, he's narrating.
No, you should be. No, you should be because there's one narrative that, oh, the girls were after the men.
No.
Yeah,
$1, nothing that much.
No, there's that narrative. So you guys have to get it. No, there's that narrative that the girls were after the guys.
No.
Yeah,
I'm shocked.
So that's what happened.
The guys is proud of what they did. So what you are not saying?
I can never have him because I never had any intention having him. But for him to say that to my girls, I had to my bed. And it didn't last up to 5 seconds. Did you? And he slept in my bed. I went to the sitting room to chill. I could not even stand him. In the morning, he came to me and I was just walking away. I never, ever saw Lucy and Praise being an item. Ever.
Were you surprised when you found out she liked him?
No, hold on. Hold on, Ebuka, hold on. At the beginning, I felt Lucy was, not felt, I knew she was my girl, don't deny it, but here, I knew Lucy, not that she was in love, but she needed to be pulled up. She wanted Prince. Really, she was my girl.
I did what?
Hold on. You wanted to build up with Prince. You wanted someone you could talk to. And Prince was that person that was giving you listening ears. He was always there when you had issues in the house. Baby, I'm not saying you were in love. I'm just saying you were attracted to him. You felt he was just there for you. All right? So I'm leaving the house. Then all the trend and everything, her and Praise happened. I knew my girl was still not in love. She just felt Praise.
Who falls in love that shortly though?
I just felt Praise was trying to pull a first one on her. She knew she needed attention, and with all the stuff, be sincere. When I left, she was still right there. Katrina is my girl. He felt that she was no, not at all. She was a sincere person. She was someone that actually appreciated our friendship. So he just wanted to use her or something.
Okay, so can I ask a question? Did she know about both of you?
She never did.
Okay, so you didn't feel betrayed by it?
Not at all. Even outside the house, I knew what Praise tried to put up at the white party. He tried to use Lucy to make me jealous. But how can the boss lady be jealous? I use you. How do you want to use my girl? I love Lucy. No matter what happens, I love Lucy. I know when I love someone, it's not about what happens. So a man, even if she him, he cannot come between I and Lucy.
I already said that in an interview.
Okay, so now Lucy, there's so much to answer.
In fact.
There's Prince inside.
Can Prince answer first?
No.
Hey.
Is he leading actor?
Hi. First of all, I had no idea Katrina and Praise was going on. No, it was later. I had no idea because from the first day we walked into the house and he wore that his sleeveless. So I liked him. But when I later realized, okay, I think I used to tease them, both of them, Katrina and Praise. So she told Dorothy to tell me to stop it. So I stopped it. And when I realized that she liked him, I removed myself from the equation. Plus, he said he had a fiancé outside. I don't do that. So I removed myself. I cannot be caught up like that. Unless you're single and we know that we're just that one is different. Not that you're in a relationship or a thing with someone and I come in between. No.
Okay. Praise. And as much time as you can. What was going on? Now, Katrina says she used you. You know, you also came out and told us aggressive cuddling.
Yes.
Now we're finding out it's much more than that.
About what Katrina said, I would just excuse that for her 15 minutes of clout.
Which of them? Because she said
everything she said, her 15 minutes of clout. About the whole this thing. I never had any conversation with Dora and Lucy that she can't get me or anything. I never said anything like that to you because she said that. I never said that.
No, wait, that she can't get me.
Yeah, you said you had a fiancé.
I said I'm not gonna. I said I'm not gonna have anything with any. I don't see myself having anything with anybody in this house, no matter what, because I was in a relationship
You
at
were
that time.
very precise. You said you could never have anything to do with Katrina in this house because you had your fiancé.
Can I talk? Can I talk?
Okay, go on.
Secondly, using Lucy to make you jealous when you were busy using Ozo to make Nengi jealous. I don't understand what that means because it was never that.
That's smart.
Thirdly, yes, yes, you wanted us to in the house, and please, point of correction, that was on not have. Come on, man. Yes.
But there was a penetration.
No, hold on.
There was a penetration.
Can I finish?
And it happened in my bed.
That's
and I left you on my bed.
That's thirdly.
He didn't interrupt you. So
that's thirdly. Coming rich from her, the boss lady, like I said, it's good to chase clouds with your 15 minutes because when I came out of the house, she called, I'm not going to mention who, to speak to me and pleaded with me whatever I said in my interview I should say nothing happened
because I wasn't ready.
No, she called me to plead with me. She called me on the phone. The moment I came out of the house,
plead with you.
She was the one. I wasn't with my phone, so she called somebody's phone to talk to me to say nothing happened, and that was before our interview. So and that's why when we had the interview, I said what I said when we had the interview. But deep down, coming out of the house, I told Tolani Badge the truth about it. I told Kid Wire the truth about it. I told Prince the truth about it. I told Watoni that I house.
That you who's bed?
You get.
Okay, please, if there is a guys, please, if there's a
you get.
Whose bed is it supposed to be? Would you your bed?
So no, I don't want.
Did you your bed though?
I don't want your bed. So that's that. Then as for Lucy, I don't understand why people are saying Lucy was Katrina's friend. Lucy knew Katrina for 2 weeks. They hadn't known each other for that. So what's the whole friendship? I wasn't in anything with Katrina in the house. I wasn't.
Me too.
Me and Katrina weren't anything in the house. So why should Lucy feel bad? Like jumping. I wasn't her man.
Neither.
And I would never be her man. So I don't know why. I don't know why.
You're calling me.
Oh my.
Your calls.
Oh my.
I don't do your type. You're a child.
See, look.
But you kind of did that.
Yeah, but that's because he said he could never. You don't say that to a woman. That he can never have anything to do with Katrina in the house and outside the house because he had a fiancé. Why would he do that? Why would you say that?
Yeah,
I came to the house. Excuse me. I came to the house. I said that I was married and I'm separated from my husband. I said that with my full chest, and I never said I could never any guy.
Okay, can he finish now?
Yeah. So exactly, you get. At that point, it was okay for me to do that because I had a lot to lose. Because yes, I said it. I went into the house, and I was in a relationship when I went into the house. So you get. It was convenient for me to do that at that time.
Can I say something?
Okay.
You're saying that you don't see any reason why she should feel bad.
Because she should feel bad.
No, you're saying because they were not. It was just 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Did you feel bad about?
I didn't feel bad about anything because me and Lucy, we weren't anything in the house. True or false? We weren't anything. We were.
You knew she liked you?
Eh?
You didn't know she liked you?
It's funny how she told me she liked me like 2 days or 3 days before I left the house.
In my head, it looks like this is not a love triangle.
It's not.
It's a triangle though. Just an F triangle.
Sexy man. So.
Are you following me, kid? You are sweaty finally.
I'm telling you, you got me. I was not stopping.
Help me conclude this conversation.
I mean, first of all, I really don't know what's going on in my house anymore.
You just realized you were a visitor there.
I'm telling you, so I'm completely confused about everything, right? So I didn't knew about those two at the end. So I honestly don't know what's going on. So this is all new to me. Praise did tell me after that he had something with Katharina, cool, but during the house, I didn't know anything.
Are you surprised?
Yeah. Very surprised. Very surprised.